Good morning, Charlie Pierce.
Good morning, my Thanksgiving treat.
Aww.
Good morning, Charlie Pierce.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Happy holidays week,
Hi.
I guess, right? Because we won't be talking again until afterwards.
I know.
Yeah,
I
until
know.
next week.
Yeah, very thankful for you, sir.
And this is, by the way, this is the opening of the holiday season. And as such, it's time to reintroduce everyone to Santa Buddha.
Yay! Oh, no. Not Santa Buddha again. Just when Glenn Kirshner has us all calmed down about this special counsel, you write a piece entitled Merrick Garland is Making a Mistake by Appointing a Special Counsel. I have to say, Charlie, first of all, I'm a Libra, but literally every legal expert I listen to, I'm like, that's a good point. No, wait, that's a good point. I kind of see both sides of this, but tell us your take.
Well, legally, I think it's probably a good idea. I mean, I take every point Glenn made from a legal standpoint.
Okay.
Right.
I think from a political standpoint, it's a mistake. I think from a political standpoint, it's one more layer of insulation between those who are being investigated and the investigators.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm perfectly willing to be proven wrong in that.
Yeah, Rude Pundit said the same thing. He said, I hope I'm proven wrong. I get what you mean. You said a special counsel means another layer of bureaucracy, which implies further delays and opportunities for mischief and deceit. The circumstances are simply not that extraordinary here. The guy is a private citizen suspected of a crime. That's all he is, no more or less. There's nothing magical about declaring yourself a candidate for president. You're not then blessed with the magic oil of immunity. That's not a get-out-of-jail-free card. If it were, Harvey Weinstein would have filed for the New Hampshire primary in 2016. But you just said, blah, blah, blah. You said he is the chief law enforcement official of the United States. Enforce the damn law and do it yourself, which goes to everybody's point, right, Charlie, that it's Merrick Garland's decision in the end anyway. This is not an independent prosecutor, right?
Right, and unlike, I think a very important point that Glenn made was that he's not working at cross purposes with the Attorney General the way Mueller was.
Right.
Right.
Everybody's on the same team this time. And that may make all the difference.
Yeah. And also that he's not starting
see.
from scratch, that
Right.
they're saying, Lawrence Tribe says this is, in his opinion, going to speed it up rather than slow it down. But what's your...
Well, far be it from me to disagree with Professor Tribe, but I'm going to take a wait and see on it.
Yeah.
I really do, though, object to the idea that just declaring for president gives you some kind of, free pass from being investigated or prosecuted, or that it changes the dynamic in any way. It should.
Well, I have to hope that, because obviously Garland cited that, his declaring for this decision. But if, what do you call it? Jack Smith is the Hague, bulldog that Glenn Kirshner says he is, then Trump always makes things worse for Trump, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, but I think that in stating that it was Trump's declaration of candidacy that prompted this move, Garland looks like he's dancing to the wrong fiddler, basically. I mean, he looks like he's reacting to Trump rather than the other way around. Mm-hmm. But again, I can be absolutely wrong about this. Yeah, and I hope I am.
Yeah, I don't care how we get to indictments, Same. Or when exactly. But you also
I don't care if he gets indicted by the Keebler Elves as long as he gets indicted.
Is that a possibility?
It's possible.
You also tweeted Jim Jordan will likely get the gavel on the judiciary, and James Comer will get the gavel on oversight, and the circus will come to town with dancing bears and brass bands. I mean, Charlie, is there going to be a political price to be paid for a party that just ran on inflation and crime and is going to do not an effing thing about any of that?
They have nothing to do. I mean, there's no plan. There's no, strategy beyond, letting the crazy people have their head on investigations and clog up as much as you can.
Yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene says she's going to defund the Justice Department if this special counsel gets up and running. Well, she can't do that, okay? The House can try. The Senate will certainly step on it, and then the president will veto it, and that'll be it.
Yeah. Let's try to get our minds around them trying to shut down the entire Justice Department of the United States, a party that just ran on controlling crime for one man to protect one criminal. I mean, it's extraordinary when you think about it.
Well, I mean, I think while that's a good rhetorical point, they aren't protecting one man. They're protecting a whole bunch of people.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of complicit folks.
Oh, at my happy clappiness, we're gonna take the House back when they all get indicted.
These people spend time having dinner with.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're not just protecting Trump; they're protecting everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. By the way, you like to point out to us there's not a single public policy issue on which Liz Cheney is not on the wrong side. Guns, climate crisis, economy, civil liberties. We just have to keep that in mind as we're getting across the river on her back.
Well, I'm getting across the river on Benny Thompson's back. I chose that back.
That's the safer back.
But he's too busy trying to get Jackson's water clean and rural hospitals in the Mississippi Delta from closing.
Yeah.
And Benny's got a lot on his plate. By the way, Liz Cheney doesn't give a damn about either one of those issues.
Not at all.
True.
Yeah. Speaking of rock stars, you said Pelosi has moved aside for a new generation of leaders, but she will do what she can to help that generation rise. Another reason I'm glad she's sticking around. Charlie, we were saying like the difference in what public service looks like Adam Frisch saying, I'm not going to have taxpayers pay for a recount, spend it on groceries and gas, right? Like that's what public service looks like. I'm not going to, even, because he was just saying it very seldom.
I think it's Carl Frisch, isn't it?
No.
No.
I was confused briefly because I thought you might have been talking by some congressman from California that I wasn't aware of. Yeah, I mean, you win, you lose.
Right.
No, but I mean, Pelosi
you
having the
celebrate
humility.
when you win, and you mourn briefly and have a drink when you lose and live to fight another day.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the last of him, I guarantee you that.
Yeah, but I mean, Pelosi having the humility to go, I'm going to serve out my term because that's what I told the people of San Francisco, be a backbencher or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's just, it is extraordinary how they are driven entirely by ego and power.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're... I did not think that being soulless was contagious, but apparently it is.
Yeah.
I don't see a single public servant anywhere in the House of Representatives right now.
Yeah, and
as hard as people are trying to make the fact that there's some sort of weird centrist caucus that's going to rein everybody in.
No.
They are.
How's that working so far?
Yeah.
We just played whiny little bitchmas, but because they are the party of just vindictive, whiny, petty grievances, right? Just vindictiveness, revenge. I mean, Ilhan Omar accused Kevin McCarthy of fomenting violence against her with his promise to force her off her position in the House Foreign Affairs Committee. She said, "From the moment I was elected, the Republican Party has made it their mission to use fear, xenophobia, Islamophobia, and racism to target me on the House floor and through millions of dollars of campaign ads, whether it's Marjorie Taylor Greene holding a gun next to my head in campaign ads or Trump list threatening to send me back to my country, despite the fact I've been a proud citizen of the U.S. for more than 20 years. This constant stream of hate has led to hundreds of death threats, incredible plots against me and my family. And McCarthy's effort to repeatedly single me out for scorn and hatred, including threatening to strip me from my committee, does nothing to address the issues our constituents deal with, inflation, healthcare, the climate crisis, etc. But it's just, same thing with Schiff and Swalwell, right? It's
and
just
AOC.
vindictiveness. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And AOC, I think it's conspicuous, however, they don't mess with our with my woman Ayanna Pressley.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't come for her because she learned her politics on the Boston City Council, so she's much better at it than they are.
Yeah. I can't believe I can't remember now what thing made my head explode that Kevin McCarthy said about why somebody wasn't trustworthy to be on a committee when he's got the likes of Marjorie Taylor Greene in his caucus about somebody.
He's going to have Jim Jordan chairing the House Judiciary Committee. He's swinging the same gavel that Peter Rodino did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, my God.
Yeah.
His tongue should burn with fire, as they say on Star Trek.
Absolutely.
So, Charlie, what...
By the way, up here in Massachusetts, we're ruled entirely by women now.
I know, right?
Congratulations.
Charlie's point is who won the world.
Girls.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
I
he
mean,
run
we've got
Massachusetts.
point guard Governor Mora and Attorney General Andrea. It's a brand new world.
Yeah, exactly. Charlie, we haven't talked to you yet about this latest tragedy in Colorado. I just was saying that it's exhausting, I know, for all of us, but it's the same cycle. Like every single time is they foment this violence and then they, go, oh, it's not us, it's not our rhetoric, when it's the exact rhetoric every time that comes right from Republican politicians and Fox News hosts.
Of course it does. It's othering people to a dangerous extent.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because do you know what one of the name of one of the world's most famous drag performers was?
What?
Tick, tick, tick. Charles Pierce.
Oh, really? Yes.
I
you're
finally
right.
went past him on Google. It took me 30 years in the biz to do it, but I did it. Of course, he's dead now, so it was easier.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
and I
you're
tried
right.
to get a series of editors to let me go down and write about him, and then nobody would do it. I was always floored by that.
Yeah. Anyway, but I just don't know. It's Chris was saying they're coming after this MSNBC tech reporter just because she is accurately saying, that the right, obviously, that is some of the exact. Charlie, when I said earlier, you can't tell a guest the quote from, the Buffalo Shooters Manifesto and a Republican Congresswoman,
Right.
or a Fox News host. You know exactly where this is coming from. So
Hey,
now they're targeting her
way-
personally to saying this rhetoric is the same rhetoric that's being used.
Right.
The only way you could distinguish it from Herschel Walker is that Herschel Walker talks about werewolves.
Right.
Yes.